And tonight, U.S. Marshals and the Ohio State Highway Patrol are offering $20,000 for more information that leads to the arrest of 2 inmates that escaped just north of the Miami Valley. Investigators say Brad Gillespie and James Lee escaped from the Allen Oakwood Correctional Institution in Lima. That's about an hour north of Dayton. Now, this is video of deputies and troopers searching all over Allen County. Gillespie was in prison for murder, while Lee was locked up for burglary, breaking and entering, and safe cracking. The 2 are considered dangerous.